Hi everyone, I'm Sam. Let's play some daily games. Today is October 3rd, 2025, Friday, and we'll start with Wordle first. We are playing Wordle number 1567. Okay, let's do strip. That's my starting word until we hit that hole in one. All right, let's see. No, not strip. But it is a word that starts with an S. P is not there. We already had spoil, I believe just earlier. Can't be sport. Spurt, no. Spawn? Spawn is an interesting one. SPAWN. Okay, kind of like that. What else could we do? SPA. Spall. Is that a word? I don't know. Not sure. SPA. Spade. Okay, spade. Still an option. Spade. Speak. Oh, so we've got actually more options than I realized. Okay. Should I just do an eval or just try to go for it and get into? I don't know. Okay, let's keep going. Speak. It's also spoke. I'm gonna do that. Right, and also spoke can also be not only past tense, but can be spokes of a wheel. That is also a tricky one. Can't remember if spawn has been done before. Speak could have been done before. Spunk. Don't know that they do that word. A spool of thread. Wow, we've really got many options. I was excited seeing S and then the P, but many more words than I realized. Okay. Tricky. Yeah, I think I'll have to go for an eval just because I don't know where it's gonna be what. So okay. Could also be spend for all I know. So D, try something there. N. Maybe the K space, yeah, but I think space before, but okay. Hmm. Spool, right? We were saying. Okay. Could I do something like and if I did something I did something like clank. That would test quite a lot of letters, I think. Okay, let's try it. Okay. Sure, interesting. It's not spawn, obviously no N, not spool, no L, not space or spacey, no C, not speak, no K. If I still put the P where I think it's gonna go, spade still looks good. SPAM. Spammy? Nope. Spaz, I doubt it. Spasm! Wow. That would be a very interesting word if that was the answer. Okay. Keep that in mind. Spasm, spade. Alright. Two of those. Could the P be here? Could we have uh uh shape? Okay, we could have shape. S-H-A-P shape. Okay. Shape. Soapy? S-O-A-P-Y. I mean, can't be helped. I couldn't have tested for everything as an eval, unless I could remember what had been done and hadn't been done. But you know I never remember those, so I oh I hate to do this, but I feel like I have to go another eval. I don't feel like trying because it could be shape, it could be soapy, it could be spade, and it could be spasm. But I quite like spasm, I admit. Um, but let me think about this. Okay, if I did try spasm, obviously if it's not spasm, if SPA is green, I know it's spade. If the P is not there, then it has to be soapy. Although it could still be shape, right? So really the best thing to do now if I'm gonna have an eval word is actually spade. Because that could at least reveal if it was shape, spasm, or soapy, right? So, okay. If I'm lucky, spade is the answer, but I do feel like spade is my number 4, but at least it will reveal. So, I think definitely I'll get it in 4. I think so. I think so. If I'm lucky, I'll get it in 3. Let's see. No, but I think it could be spasm then. I think it has to be. I don't foresee it being anything else. Hopefully I'm right. Let's try it. Ah, it was spasm. And I even said it was such an interesting, be such a fascinating word to be spasm, wouldn't it? But I mean, that's typical me for you. I talk about a very, very good possible answer and then talk myself out of it. But I did want to be safe. I almost just went. I mean, I think I even typed spasm in here just before I decided to choose spade because I thought, okay, maybe spasm would be a good guess because then we'll review. But I've realized that if spasm wasn't the answer, I still would have to think about whether it's shape or soapy. I would still have two possible words of that. So I didn't like that, and I might have to go another one, get it in 5, but that's okay. Let's go to Squirtle. Today's answer is spasm, which I'm surprised hasn't been done before. Right, we started with strip, which is very good. 114 possible words left. I mean, strip has been serving me well these past 3 days. And then did spade, try to eliminate that as my new. No, I did clank first, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna clear that. Like strip, clank actually. So clank narrowed it down to 18. Pretty good, I would say. Because considering I didn't know which way to go to guess, and then I did spade, which narrowed it down to spasm. Not spams though. Yeah. After strip, we could have so many, right? Spade, space, spank, spoke, speak, spawn. I mean, just too many. I think that really the best. I don't know. I mean, the bot is saying the best guess to make next would be spade, but I mean, I don't know if. Okay, you know what? Let's clear this for a second. Let's go with what they say they would do, right? Spade. Okay, I did strip, right? You say spade. Okay, let's do spade. 16 possible guesses, but I did clank, right? Okay, let's go back. And then I did spade. That's okay. Okay, so clank narrowed down to 18. Spade narrowed down to 16. But I still think it's very close, and I couldn't have known that the difference between the two eval words would have just been difference of two guesses only. So I think that clank in my mind it's a good enough eval word because I'm not really out here counting, like okay, each possible, each eval word. What are the possible ones that you could reduce if that was the answer? Okay, I wouldn't have known, right? There we go. I think I still did okay for a 4. Would have loved a 3, and I wasn't talking about it, but no, that's all right. But oh, look at that. We have a nice 111 for guess solves. That's pretty nice. And then we got two 70s here for 3 and 5, still the same. 7s, 2 guess solves, and then 24. Okay, quite like those numbers actually, except for the 6 guess solves. But hopefully we don't add to that, and that'd be okay. All right, let's go on to connections now. Let's go. We are playing connections number 845. All right. Today's 16 words are edge, football, editor, memory, tornado, Edward, limit, Eddie, Edelweiss, Tasmanian devil, education, cabaret, border, past tense, mamma mia, and extremity. I love that we've got two things connected here to me and Edward. Edward, you are in the puzzle today. Must be kind of weird, right? Seeing your name in there. I would imagine if I saw Sam in there one day, that'd be very fascinating. But I also enjoyed seeing Editor, which is what I do. Maybe Wina has heard me and she's like, okay, you know what? Let's involve the readers. I don't know. Funny. Um, of course we do have things Ed in front. But I don't know if that's gonna mean anything or could just be a red herring. Let's leave it for now. Okay. Uh, border edge. I know it's the same thing. The end of it, but okay. Mamma Mia. An ABBA song. Mamma Mia musical. Okay, do you have that? Cabaret. Oh, is that a musical? I mean, like, is there a musical called Cabaret? I kind of feel like there is. Okay, maybe a Broadway musical or something. Or it could be a song that is featured in a musical. Because Edelweiss, that was in Sound of Music, which was a musical. It could be in there. But then I don't know what the memory. No, wait. Memory, is that Cats? Ah, it could be. Should I try that? Songs and musicals? Hmm. Oh, thank God. Songs from musical. Oh, that was. I don't know. I feel like that was quite lucky. Got the blue there. Okay, okay. Um, uh, Tasmanian Devil. Okay. You can find these in Tasmania. Which is I think, is that part of Australia, or are they like is it a separate territory? I don't really know, but that region thereabouts. Okay, I have to apologize for. I mean, my geography is kind of weak in that sense. It's also a character in the Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes cartoons. Is it Looney Tunes or Looney Tunes? No, I think it's TON. So Looney Tunes, right? Not Looney. Okay, now this is gonna bug me. Okay, can I just check the Looney? Okay, so it is Looney Tunes, not Looney Tunes. Okay, Looney Tunes. All right, just because that bugged me, and I didn't want that. Okay, all right. Tasmanian Devil. Could be a team name, maybe Tornado. Oh, but Tasmanian Devil. Right. Tasmanian Devil. He runs in like a little, yeah, like a tornado and thing. And Eddie is like a water whirlpool thing, which moves around a lot. Okay, but I can only see. Oh wait, things that spin. Maybe a football, like when you throw it there, it spins through the air, right? So things that spin do that. Oh, they move in a spiral. Okay, I think that's good. I mean, I understood the movement of what they were doing, so sure, in a spiral, right? Okay, I think that. I think that. Because I was thinking of spin, but I think I meant to say spiral. I think. Okay, higher education or lower education, lower extremity, lower education, or it could be higher education, higher extremities. I think limit. Hmm. What about past tense? Tense. Okay, so that was the green, the spiral one, and the blue. So we've got one more obvious one, and then the yellow. That's what's supposed to be there, and then the purple. If the higher slash lower, which I'm not sure which word they're going for right now, because I'm thinking of lower extremity, but then I'm thinking of higher education. Um, and I'm thinking of lower limit. So if it's lower or higher, whatever, um, that could be the purple. Then I don't know what the Edward one would be. Okay, wait. Now I'm rethinking this. Okay, leave that for now. Edward. You can nickname me by Ed, of course. Past tense can also be represented by ed. Editor ed. Um, I mean, education. I know it more as edu, but maybe it can also be ed. That is possible. And then edge, border, limit, extremity. I don't know how to describe that, but I think I'll go with this. Represented by ed. Hopefully. What ed might indicate? Okay, thank God. Okay, and then this one. Because I thought it might be. At first, I thought it was a phrase thing, but it's a yellow, so it can't be that. So, do they all mean the same thing? Like the outer. How do you say the. Like the outermost region of something? Outermost? I don't know. External? I don't know. Oh, boundary. Okay, I said, what did I say? Outermost, external. I mean, I guess that is boundary. So we could say that I kind of got it. All right, we could say that we could. So technically, do I get all 4 points? Well, I'll let you guys decide. I kind of think that I do get them, but I'm not gonna argue too hard on it. If you don't think I deserve the 4 points, the 4 points, very well, fair enough. Well, let's look at it. Did I make any mistakes though? No, thankfully. I thought I might. I thought I might, but I'm lucky I did not. So thankfully, I moved away. I think from the thinking about higher, lower education, lower limit thing. I'm glad I moved away from that because I really thought that could have been a group. But then I was like, okay, wait, let's go back to what Edward is, right? And like, what's that gonna be? Because it didn't make sense of the other stuff that I had left. That's why I had to like reframe, reset. So going from musical cabaret. Okay, is the musical itself called cabaret, or is the song cabaret in the musical called something? Okay, let's see. Cabaret. Okay, there is a musical called Cabaret. I'm guessing the song in the musical is also called Cabaret. Musical groups. Musical numbers. Yes, there is a song called Cabaret from the musical Cabaret, which is this is the 1966 musical originally, I think. Premiere October 10th, 1966. Oh, October as well. Nice. Okay. A week from now. How many years ago? Like nearly 60 years ago. No, wait. Nearly my math. Yeah, nearly 60 years ago. Okay. I got it right. Um, Terrible there. And Edelweiss, I'm pretty sure that is from Sound of Music, which I don't know when it premiered. Let's just check. Since we're here now, it's a flower. I know that. A song from Sound of Music. 1959 musical. Whoa, that's long. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Julie Andrews, But I don't know if this. Okay, the song, the musical came first, and then the film adaptation with yeah, Julie Andrews, 1965. Okay, so what? 6 years after the music premiered that it was adapted to film. Quite quick, I should say. Then Mamma Mia, of course, from the musical Mamma Mia, right? We're saying musical. Where's in this musical numbers? Okay, Mamma Mia. There we go. Yeah, interesting thing is that I never really noticed until now that the musical itself is Mamma Mia with an exclamation mark, but the song is Mamma Mia, the episode without the exclamation mark. So that should have put me in that I'm not looking for a musical, but songs from the musicals. At first, I thought it was maybe the musical names. That's why I went Cabaret and Mamma Mia, and possibly look channel for other things because I know that 808s it's not a musical, as far as I know. So that's why I was like, but now I know the difference between the song and the title of the musical itself. Okay, the memory must be from Cats. I think Cats musical, 1981. All right, okay. Let's see, musical number. This is music. Okay. There we go. Memory. Right. This is one. I think it is. Wow. It is the most famous Cats song, even though you've got the others. But there we go. Memory. All right. Let's see. When did this musical come out? 1981. Okay. So it's not the oldest one. I'm curious. Mamma Mia. I think that Mamma Mia is the newer one. Yeah, 1999. Okay. Yeah. So that 19 Mamma Mia is the oldest one. Sorry, no, the newest one, followed by Cats. And then, Cabaret. I was just looking at it. Cabaret. 1951. Okay, so that means Cabaret was first. 1951. And then we got Sound of Music, 1959. Then, was that 1981 with Cats, and then 1999 with Mamiya. All right, the movement of spiral, right? The Enedi is a well. I'll let the dictionary explain it for me better than I could explain it. It is a current of water or air running contrary to the main current. So yeah, like a whirlpool, so that kind of thing. So yeah, spiral. And then the football. This is American football. If you're not American and you thought this is like the football, like the spherical one, I'm sorry for you, but you should know this in New York Times games. They always do American football, I can see why they wouldn't want to distinguish it by saying American football or something like that because it'd be very confusing. So they just put football. Fair enough. I mean, it's their publication. They can do it as they wish. Right? Tasmanian Devil. This is from Looney Tunes. You guys got a Wikipedia page, obviously, but I think if you know Looney Tunes character, you remember, right? He always does a little like spiral thingy. I don't know why though, because I don't think the animal actually does it. Is it just to show? Yeah, he's often depicted as a spinning tornado, drilling himself through trees or soil. Yeah, he's able to spin like a vortex. It's kind of his thing. And the tornado, of course, they move in a spiral. They move around and sometimes knock over things and buildings and dangerous things. And what ED might indicate. So I know that editor is ed for short. Edward, of course, that's a nickname. Ed, past tense, you add ed at the end. That's what it indicates. But education for ed, is that like for a degree or something? I'm not too sure. Okay, 1 second here. I'm just gonna. Ooh, I cannot Google this. I just want to open Google because I closed Google by accident. So just, let's do this. ED meaning education. Or is that short for education? Really? I can see that. Cambridge. All right. I didn't know that. Oh, like higher ed, basic ed, co-ed. Okay, co-ed, yeah, or phys ed education. Okay, yeah, I see that. Sex ed, special ed. All right, okay, now I see. So it's not. Yeah, okay. So now that I think about it, that makes a lot of sense. I was just thinking like, what? When is education shortened to ed? I mean, I know it's like edu in terms of like the website URLs and things like that, the domain name, whatever you call those. But I forgot that, and you know, in English you just say yeah, phys ed, physical education, sex ed, sex education, that kind of thing. So yeah, I totally forgot about that. So that was on me. But luckily, I mean, with the front being ed, that was easy enough to see. But yeah, I did. I can't believe it took me a while to see the purple one. I probably should have been able to recognize it sooner, but yeah, did not. And then boundary, border, edge, extremity, limit. I know border and edge can be mean boundary, but I didn't know extremity can also mean boundary. I thought that because extremity reminded me of like limbs and things like that. Let's see here. Let's go to the dictionary. Uh-huh. Moment. Okay, the farthest or most remote part, section, or point, limit the body. That's what I was thinking of. Extreme danger, critical need. Da, 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 da. I think that's it. Okay. So I guess the farthest or most remote part, section, or point. I didn't know that that could be considered the border. Is that? Oh no, sorry, the boundary. I suppose so. Right, like the island's westernmost extremity, like the farthest, most remote part. I guess maybe that's the boundary of the island. Maybe. I didn't know that. Limit, right, reach the limit. Okay, yeah, the boundary. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, but as extremity, I think that's what kind of like, made me not sure if that would go with the yellow. But then I was like, okay, you know what? We'll try it. It kind of like makes sense like it would be there, but I just wasn't sure about that. But thankfully, didn't make any mistakes, so that was good. In terms of difficulty wise, I don't think it's too bad. Although the musical one might be a little bit tough for folks. So maybe also maybe a 3. I'll say a 3 out of 5. I don't know. We'll see. But I think it could be a 3. Not too bad, but also could trip some folks up. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the last daily game today, which is the LA Times Mini Crossword by Elizabeth C. Korsky. All right. Scroll down here for shape. Okay. One across. Sporkle challenge. Oh, quiz. I guess they do that, right? 1 down, 1/4 of gallon. I think it's a quart. 2 down, fastidious feelings. Who's that? I don't know what that is. 3 down, blank you. Challenger's cry. I don't know. 4 down, blank David. NCIS role. Is her name Ziva or something or something? 6 down, lion's home. Dead. Okay. 5 across, reversed. Undid. 7 across, plant-based sweetener. Oh, oh, I can't remember. 8 across, aired friends say re-ran. 9 across, 3 to Cherubini. 3, maybe. I dare you, challenger. Okay. Fastidious feelings. What does that mean? I don't know. Oh, Ziva. I think that's her name. Sorry. Okay, 52 seconds. I don't know why that was the answer. I mean, for 2 down anyway. Okay, let's take a closer look at the clues. 1 across Sporkle challenge, right? Sporkle, I think a lot of us who play puzzles know this is a puzzle website. They've got loads of quizzes, different kinds of challenges. So yeah, I want to feature it more on the channel, but I just need some time to because I've been so busy. I haven't had time to look for like new games. I want to find new games to share the bonus videos and play different things. Besides the daily ones, of course, which I still love to do. But I don't need time to do that. But it's very fun. Check it out if you haven't. Just Google Sporkle. 1 down, 1/4 of a gallon quart. I mean, here I'm so used to our measurements being like milliliters, liters. So I don't really, like we don't really talk in terms of like gallons or pints or quarts. So sometimes I forget, but I mean, quart makes sense because 1/4 or quarter. So that that makes sense of like what that is. But don't ask me how many like milliliters is that. I don't even know. Okay, like I don't even know what a pint is. Like what compared to a pint and a quart. But I think pint must be more than a quart. I assume. Is that like 2 quarts? I don't know. Okay, I should probably read that, learn that up, but I don't. Fastidious Felix Unger. Who's that? Is that a person's name? Felix Unger? Must know who that is. Okay, I suppose they assume so. Felix Unger. Couple of people. Swedish ice hockey player. Maybe not this one. Could be this one. Austrian. Because what does fastidious mean? I don't actually know. Okay. Extremely or excessively careful or detailed. Okay. Of the person's work and approach. Particular, sensitive, demanding. Okay. Felix Unger, a heart specialist. Oh, well, this guy's still alive. Okay. Maybe he was really good at his job, like very good at his research or something. I have no idea. Doesn't really say much about it, but okay. We could try the other one, Swedish ice hockey player. I doubt it. Playing career. I'm trying to see if anything about him being fastidious is in here. I don't see it. I'm gonna assume it's the surgeon, right? The other one, heart specialist, who's been in European Academy of Sciences for 3 decades, president of Alma Mater Europea, formed Europe's first staged artificial heart transplantation. Could be. That's who that is. Yeah, maybe. Famous Felix. Right? I didn't know that. New free bit today. 3 down. Blank you. Challengers cry. I dare you. Right? You're challenging someone. Right? I dare you to, beat me or something. 4 down. Blank David. NCIS role. Ziva David. I think that's one of the characters. Ziva David in the. Let's see. She does have a page, right? Ziva David. Well, okay, so I don't know why the pictures aren't loading for me here. Maybe it's my internet. But yes, she is a character in the show NCS, which it's like, yeah, American Military Police Procedural. Okay, here we go. Pretty famous. So I think a lot of people should know this one. Unless you're not really into American TV shows, then maybe you don't know. But I didn't even watch the show, but I've heard enough to know the character. 6 down, Lion's home. Usually lions are found in a den. That's where they stay, nice and cozy. 5 across, reversed. You undid something. You undo something. Yeah. 7 across, plant-based sweetener. Okay, I always forget how to pronounce this, so before I get it wrong again, I'm gonna listen to remind myself. Okay. Agave. Okay. They have spiny margin, leaves, and flowers. The tall spreading tentacles inflict some colors for fiber or sap or for ornament. I didn't know that they can be used as a sweet. That's okay. Let's see. Uses. Okay, food and fiber. Agave plant. Edible flowers. Major food source. Okay. Beverage. Baked. Boiled. Edible paste. Boiled. Okay, during the development of inflorescence, sap registered the basic ingredient stock agave syrup, commonly called agave nectar, a sweetener derived from the sap used as an alternative to sugar in cooking and can be added to breakfast cereals as a binding agent. Okay, cool. So you can use this as a food additive as well as a sweet. Didn't know that. I was thinking maybe honey at first, but I knew that because I knew honey couldn't work. But I was like, 5 letter sweetener. I was thinking honey. 8 across aired Friends say so. Friends obviously is a show that doesn't air anymore. So to air a show that has already stopped showing new episodes is a rerun, right? So you in past tense you'd say reran. Okay, so there we go. So yeah, a couple of trivia things there: Agave, Unger, and Ziva. So I think that's the main ones. Yeah, that's it. All right, let me know in the comments how you did for today's Wordle, Connections, and LA Times Mini Concert. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.